So we are looking at the port in Nassau. That is the flea market, I call it. They call it the, what do they call it? The straw market, which used to actually be made of straw before it got damaged by a hurricane. Now it's like the concrete steel roof market. It is nice. It's been that way for years now. Senor Frogs looks like it's still there. And that little restaurant on the end, which I think is also, see if I can get you out here, is also owned by them. Looks like that is shuttered now. And there's a couple of cruise ships in port here. And I don't know if they have passengers on them. There's this Crystal Serenity over here. I think it may have passengers on it, hard to say. And then there's another Royal Caribbean ship on the other side, which looks like it's just being maintained or doing some work on it. So yeah, here's the port. It's looking, it looks pretty healthy down here, except a lot of stuff isn't open. I don't know if there's anybody on the Serenity. Do you see any passengers on there? It's difficult to tell. It may just be here for maintenance. I'm not sure. So we may only be the only cruise ship in here, which is surprising because people are already off the boat. And I know that Senor Frogs used to be a huge destination when things were normal. People used to be in there and partying. I think the drinking age is like 18, so you'd have kids going wild in this place. I think there's a Hard Rock in here and all kinds of stuff too. They do have a couple of, what do they call the tours? Curated tours, which means officially sponsored and paid for by, well, paying through a celebrity. You have to pay for them yourself. And there are some tours going on, although it's kind of a cruddy day to go on any water tour. But it is what it is. You get some of those days.
You know, it is 9:45 on a Friday in Nassau, and the straw market's not open. I can't tell.
I wonder if the straw market survived.
I wonder. I don't see a lot of... if people are getting off the boat, I don't really see a lot of them out there walking. So I'm not really sure.
There's cars parked out there, but that could be normal. And normally it's bustling, and there's tourists walking up and down the sidewalk and in the restaurants and in the straw market. But you have to wonder if the straw market survived at all.
There's nobody down there on the beach, but it is a cloudy, rainy day, so...
Remember the last time I talked about Nassau and there was a tiny little sidewalk? They have expanded the sidewalk. Someone in Nassau has listened to my recommendations on our YouTube channel, and they will have a big, beautiful sidewalk. Look at the imagery of what they're planning to do here. They're going to do some major reconstruction. This port is going to be gorgeous when this is done in 2022 in Nassau, Bahamas. Big changes. Of course, some of these businesses have been completely devastated over the last 15 months, and they've taken that opportunity to do some changes here and kind of reinvent the entire port, which, to be honest, was really desperately needed. This was all horse stables here, and now you're probably walking through what used to be poo, and it doesn't smell bad anymore, and the sidewalk is vastly improved. I imagine they're going to do it. Look at what their pictures are. They're artist renderings of what this terminal is going to... It's going to be phenomenal. And this was desperately needed. Very, very impressive imagery here of what they're going to do to the port in Nassau, Bahamas. Hopefully it will come out like the pictures. Again, most of these places devastated over the past 15 months. 15 months. Nothing appears to be open today. The first cruise ship leaving from a United States port, and nothing is open here. Very, very quiet on this normally very busy street. This is what the sidewalk used to look like. So you can see they're going to make some phenomenal changes. Look like there's going to be restaurants here. That's going to be beautiful. I can't wait to see this. This may be my new favorite port. Nassau, Bahamas, you can see most of these businesses are closed. Once bustling and very busy businesses. The street usually has taxis lined up, and you can't even get down this street, and now nothing. There's no traffic here whatsoever. It's very quiet. These businesses here where you could buy shells and drinks and snacks, shuttered. Very pretty, but shuttered. Love the colors. Looks like somebody's still painting these things. Sharkies, who used to be able to sit on the second floor and yell at people below with a nice cold beer. Still closed. They are maintaining it. There's a sense that they're getting ready, that they understand that this is coming back. that businesses and cruises and everything will come back. Things will open again. But whether or not they could survive this terrible tragedy which has happened here in the last 15 months. I mean, this was their income. This was their bread and butter. This was their means of survival. Tourist income. Virtually devastated by something we can't even see. It's amazing. The streets are very quiet. Very few cars coming down the street. The famous straw market, completely shuttered. Not one store, not one kiosk open. There's a store open. A few stores here and there open. But the straw market, normally attracting thousands of people getting off cruise ships, completely closed. Hurricane shutters are down. If you remember this place back in the day, it was actually a straw market. And it was devastated by a hurricane several years ago. Laid in disrepair for a while. And they rebuilt this into this grandiose, beautiful little shopping center where they still set up their little tents and tables and portable things inside. And normally just very, very busy from one side to the other. Completely closed now. This is July 2021. The first United States cruise has just come in on the Celebrity Edge. We're aboard this historic sailing. You can see that the after effects have really devastated the Bahamas. Reporting from Nassau, Bahamas, this Luca Kyrie, which looked like to be kind of an upscale, I think it's owned by the same people who own Señor Frogs. And it was an upscale, over-the-water dining experience. And it looks like it's been shuttered as well. I'm not sure if they're still open, not sure if they have tourist business from the people staying in the many hotels here in the evening. But everything closed. This was a very, very busy sidewalk front restaurant, completely in disarray. Closed, shuttered. Looks like they're doing some construction, some improvements here. They used to have swings on the front of this. Just everything completely just closed. And it's kind of a sad feeling. And it's been like this for 15 months. I had to imagine what the initial impact was here when people found out that cruise ships were no longer coming to Nassau. Now, there have been a few cruise ships leaving from Nassau. So there are things that are happening here. It's a little bit different in this area. So they sensed things getting back to normal before we did in the States. But again, the first U.S. Departed cruise ship since March 2020 has just pulled in here. And it looks like Nassau is not yet quite ready for it. Señor Frogs. Normally this crazy, fun, wild place. Not open. I have never come to Nassau, Bahamas and seen Señor Frogs closed. Normally they're standing on tabletops and singing, and there's karaoke and loud music and people partying, even as early as 9, 10 in the morning. And nothing. Completely shuttered right now. They're standing on tabletops and pouring margaritas down people's throats for customers as little as 18 years old. I mean, this is a big deal for upper age teenagers coming in here getting their first legal drink. This is a legendary place, Señor Frogs in Nassau, Bahamas, and closed. Don't know if this is permanently. I don't know if they're going to open again, but they've even taken some of the design work and the art from out front and removed it. Legendary. We're working it. Thank you. We're coming back. We're coming back. And everybody, I think there's a sense of people know it's coming back, but they're not quite ready. They're kind of moving into it slowly. They realize it's going to take a little while to build the business that used to be here as it was before March of 2020, before this terrible virus devastated the world. Here is a Nissan Tiana. I have no idea what a Tiana is, but it's a 250 XE. It looks like an Altima. Interesting cars. It's like a European town here. Nassau, Bahamas. It's so sad, all these places still closed. And it's almost like an omen that the weather has been rainy and cloudy most of this cruise, looking for a ray of sunshine to appear over this otherwise cloudy and dreary situation. Tim Cruise for Cruise Reviews. We hope to see you in Nassau soon. We'll be back. We're going to come back. This is going to come back to normal. A couple of months from now, I think we're going to be back where we were before. We'll see you guys soon on the open seas.